Welcome to my channel, where I focus on creating short fanfiction stories set in the Naruto universe. The Thunder Within, Part 2. The air grew tense as Killer Bee stood face to face with Onoki, the third Tsuchikage. The old man's small stature was deceptive. He was one of the most dangerous shinobi alive, and his dust release was nothing to take lightly. "Yo, old man, you're looking real small," Killer Bee quipped, keeping his guard up. "But I bet you pack a punch like a wrecking ball." Onoki's expression didn't change, but his eyes narrowed slightly. "You're quite the fool if you think I'll be distracted by your antics, but I suppose that's to be expected from a Jinchuriki like you." Bee flexed his muscles and grinned wider. "You got it wrong, old man. I'm not just a Jinchuriki. I'm the Killer Bee, and I'll show you how I sting." Without waiting for another word, Killer Bee launched himself at Onoki, his chakra flaring as he coated his fists with lightning. His speed was impressive, but Onoki remained calm, his hand forming a quick series of seals. Dust release. Detachment of the primitive world technique. A cube of energy formed between Onoki's hands, expanding outward as it shot toward Bee at an alarming speed. Gyuki's voice roared in Killer Bee's mind. "Bee, that technique disintegrates everything it touches. Don't let it hit you." But Killer Bee was already moving, twisting his body midair to avoid the deadly blast. The cube struck the ground where he had been moments earlier, reducing the rocky surface to nothing but dust. "Damn, old man still got it," Bee muttered, flipping backward to gain some distance. "Gotta stay sharp, like a kunai on the grind." "Be careful," Gyuki warned again. "He may be old, but his jutsu are dangerous and his experience makes him a tough opponent. We can't afford to underestimate him." Bee nodded, his eyes narrowing in focus. Yeah, I hear you, bro. Time to get serious." Onoki hovered in the air, his small frame buoyed by chakra as he glared down at Bee. "You're faster than I expected, but speed won't save you forever. Surrender now, and I may spare your life." Killer Bee laughed, his voice booming across the battlefield. "Surrender? That ain't my style. I'm Killer Bee, wild and free, and I won't back down from nobody." With that, Bee summoned a surge of chakra, shifting into his version 2 state. His body was enveloped in a cloak of crimson energy, and Gyuki's horns sprouted from his head, giving him an even more fearsome appearance. "Now let's see how you handle the 8 tails, old man," roared, his voice distorted by the power of the tailed beast within him. Onoki's eyes widened slightly as Bee charged at him with incredible speed. The Tsuchikage barely had time to form another dust release attack before Bee was upon him, his fists crackling with lightning-enhanced chakra. Lightning style. Lariat. Bee's arms smashed into Onoki's defenses with enough force to shatter the surrounding rock formations. The old man grunted as he was thrown backward, his dust release dissipating before it could form. He crashed into the mountainside, but quickly righted himself, floating in the air with an irritated expression. "You brat," Onoki spat, wiping a trickle of blood from the corner of his mouth. "You dare lay a hand on me? More than that, old man. I'll lay the whole song on ya," Killer Bee replied, spinning into another attack. Onoki's hands moved in a blur as he created another dust release cube. But this time, Bee was ready. He summoned Gyuki's chakra to create a massive arm of energy, swatting the dust release attack away before it could connect. The battlefield shook from the clash of energy, and for a moment, the two shinobi were locked in a deadly stalemate. But Killer Bee wasn't one to let the momentum slip. He pressed forward, his attacks becoming faster and more ferocious as he closed the distance between him and Onoki. "He's wearing down," Gyuki observed from within Bee's consciousness. "But we need to be careful. One wrong move and that dust release could end it all." "Yeah, I got it," Bee replied, his voice tight with concentration. "But I ain't gonna lose here. Not to him, not to anybody." Onoki's breathing was becoming labored, and it was clear the strain of using his advanced techniques was taking its toll on his aging body. But the old man wasn't giving up. He floated higher into the air, gathering more chakra for one final attack. "I'm ending this now," Onoki shouted, his hands forming a complex series of seals. Dust release, particle style, atomic dismantling jutsu. A massive sphere of white energy formed above Onoki, crackling with dangerous power. The ground beneath them trembled as the jutsu grew larger, its sheer scale enough to obliterate everything in its path. But Killer Bee wasn't backing down. He grinned, his eyes flashing with determination as he summoned all of Juki's chakra in preparation for his next move. "Let's show this old man what we're made of, Juki," B shouted, his voice merging with the tailed beast's deep growl. Juki roared in agreement, and Killer Bee's body was engulfed in the full transformation of the Eight Tails. The massive ox-like form of Juki towered over the battlefield, its tentacles writhing with raw power. Onoki's eyes widened in shock as Yuki's massive form loomed before him. But the Tsuchikage didn't waver. He unleashed his particle-style jutsu, the enormous sphere of energy hurtling toward Killer Bee with devastating force. "Yo, you think you can beat me with that weak attack?" Bee taunted from within Yuki's massive body. "Let's show him, Yuki." With a deafening roar, Yuki swung one of his massive tentacles, colliding with the dust-release sphere head-on. The two attacks clashed in midair, the force of their impact sending shockwaves through the mountains. For a moment it seemed like neither would give way, the energy of the particle style pushing against Yuki's raw power. But then, with a final surge of chakra, Yuki's tentacle shattered the dust-release jutsu, sending fragments of white energy scattering in all directions. Onoki was thrown back by the force of the explosion, his body crashing into the mountainside once again. This time he didn't get up. Killer Bee stood victorious, his chest heaving as he returned to his human form. He looked down at Onoki's unconscious body and sighed in relief. It had been a tough fight, but he had won. "Yo, old man, you fought hard, but now you're out of cards," Bee muttered, his voice filled with both respect and exhaustion. "We need to leave before more reinforcements arrive," Yuki advised, his voice calm but urgent. "The mission is complete. The others should have the intel by now." Bee nodded. "Yeah, let's bounce." With one final glance at the fallen Tsuchikage, Killer Bee turned and sprinted toward the rendezvous point, his mind already racing with the next verse of his victory rap. To be continued. The story continues with Bee's victory over Onoki, but the mission isn't over yet. Subscribe to Sakura Audiobooks. Give us a thumbs up and leave a comment if you enjoy our work. Your support means a lot to us.